Hi, I'm Dan Bardell with the Villa View. As you can see, I'm in sunny Ewood Park. I left the wife by the beach in Tenerife. Let's go and see what the fans think after a very dismal 1-0 loss.
I was disappointed, more disappointed with the fans really. I just thought the atmosphere, wanting them to win and wanting the Villa to lose, that ain't right. And just saying to him, feel like it's a wasted day, worst away game we've been to. Very disappointed. Villa was shocking. We've got one more game before we start again next season. And if we play like that, we'll be getting relegated.
It's unfortunate for Kodji to get injured, but luckily it's the first away game for me. But it's a good day. But hopefully Blues get relegated.
In my eyes, I want to keep the derby game. Like the derby game's an important game in the season, so I'd rather them stay up.
It was clear that Villa players were playing with absolutely nothing. Didn't seem to really care about what was going on. Even when Blackburn scored, there was no real quality going forward. Blackburn players clearly had something to play for, and they got what they needed.
We've got to get another striker. We've got to start playing to Hogan's strength. I feel sorry for Hogan. You know, he must run the furthest in every game, and nobody ever gives him the ball. And I've been disappointed. Is probably what I'm in. Lansbury. First game he came was against Preston. First 20 minutes he looked like a Premier League player. Since then he's looked like a League One player. So they've got to get somebody in there who can play football. None of this lot seem to be able to do it. Or maybe it's the way that Bruce is trying to get them to play. I don't know. Hogan
just seems to be running around like a headless chicken, not really getting anywhere. Kodji, obviously, same team go off the way he did. Hopefully that's not as bad as it looked. We have to have something else going forward. Grealish and Gardner again poor. I really want Grealish to improve and want him to stay, but he's got to do better than he's doing.
Don't create anything. We don't create any chances.
Lightweight in midfield.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper.
He signed Hiraim, he signed Lansbury, but we still don't create a chance.
I think we need another striker. Hogan, 14 million or 15, and he just hasn't proved anything.
A bit of a weird atmosphere today. What are your thoughts on it?
It was a mix. A lot of the fans wanted us to win. A lot of fans didn't want us to do well. So, at the end of the day, it hasn't worked out for us today. But you know, still, Blues could go down last game of the season, so let's wait and see.
I think we did the business beating the Blues last week, so why are we cheering for them to go down and Blackburn to win today is just, I don't understand it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, there's people in there bought Blackburn shirts and wearing them, and they're coming out with the top zipped up so you can't see the Blackburn shirts. I just think as soon as Blackburn scored, the atmosphere changed. All of a sudden people are getting what they wish for, and it's not what they wish for anymore. Now, I mean, you know, you got to support the Villa. Would they care if we were going to get relegated? Very disappointed.
Well, it's like on the way up, this band's full of Villa fans, and he says we're all Blackburn supporters today. I thought I don't come away to watch them lose, I come away to watch them win. And I don't agree with it.
It was one of the weirdest atmospheres I think I've ever been to. Don't really see cheering the goal. I think it all seemed a bit in joke initially, and then when we started to really look bad throughout the game, I think Villa fans then really started to get upset. I think it was all in joke, really. It didn't seem that bad. I never really want to see my team lose, and lose the way we did when we were just poor.
There's a few calls on social media for Bruce out after that performance. Obviously a few of his substitutions may have been questionable, but what's your stance on Bruce staying as manager?
Negative. It's negative, yeah.
I think we've got to give him until Christmas. I think you've got to give him a full summer, give him until Christmas and then judge him then, but it's not looking good.
We're a team in transition. You know, the players, we still got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of dead wood in the team, so you know, we can't go shouting from them. We're not playing the greatest football, but we knew that when we appointed him. We knew what we were bringing in. He's not playing great football, but obviously over time, let's wait and see next season. We've got to build and see what more he's got to bring to the team. We've got to get rid of a lot of players. Let's just wait and see.
So saying about building, one last thing, where's the two main areas you'd look at for building next season?
I think definitely you need a creative midfielder in there. Don't get me wrong, I think Urahan's got a lot more to offer. Lansbury again was poor today, in my opinion. Misplaced passes. Gary Garner, you know my opinion of him. I think he's very poor. So I think we do need. If Yenak's not there, we need a commander, and we need someone a little bit more, obviously a little more creativity. So midfield and maybe another centre half. Baker giving the ball that ball away. I know he doesn't do it a lot, but simple things like that in the Championship. It's simple.
People saying Bruce out are unreal. They're not realistic. Bruce has been brilliant. Like, it was obviously going to be hard for our first season.
Fans cheering a goal.
And then obviously, when if we had Bruce from the start of this season, I thought we would have done well, but it was obviously always going to be a struggle for us this season.
I said about 10 games ago, the last 10 games, we've got to show us how the Villa's going to play next season. Well, if that's how they're going to play next season, it's going to be another struggle, isn't it? He's a good man for the job, but there's a few players there who shouldn't be there. There's too many players living on past glories, I think. So
I think he needs time. I think he's always going to need at least 2 or 3 transfer windows to get his team going. It hasn't been pretty really any of the games that he's been in charge for. He's done what he needed to. He came in, steadied the ship when we were really bad and in fear of going down. He steadied the ship, and hopefully next year we can really push on.
Do you think that's purely down to we're mid-table, nothing to play for, and they're just thinking 90 minutes, let's get it out of the way? Or do you think there really is just a lazy attitude amongst the squad?
I think it's a mix of both. I think that the whole team looked lazy. There never seemed anything going forward. I think we got away with that last week at the Blues with a good goal. It was bad last week. I think Blackburn just needed more from it, and from the word go, they were on us, and they had a few chances. There should have been at least 2 up in the first half, really. We just weren't at the races first half and weren't really any better second half.
We need to give him until obviously the end of the season, and he's got a summer, and then we'll see what he does next season, because there's no point in coming in with January transfer window. We've got to give him a lot more time than that.
Finishing on that, you said about Bruce at the beginning of the season. Where do you think we'll finish next season?
I think we'll finish top 6. A couple of new players. Keep McCormack and Tishbola, because I thought they were all right. And obviously I feel sorry for McCormack after what surgeries he's been through. Hopefully he comes back and scores a lot of goals. Hogan needs to improve as well.
Same, mid-table.
Mid-table.
Yeah, mid-table.
Mid-table. Where do you think we're going to finish?
Mid-table.
And with the Scottish Cafu at the moment, Alan Hutton, obviously a load of people wearing your mask today. What do you think?
Can't beat it. Sport's been excellent all season, so especially for myself, so loving it.
Brilliant. Thanks, Alan. Thank you. So ultimately, Villa fell 1-0 here today at Ewood Park. I think most of the team were on the beach today. I think it was a very sloppy performance and our minds were elsewhere. I think the midfield looked very, very mediocre, and they got bossed by, let's be fair, a very strong Blackburn team who had the better will to win. It's a shame to see Codger go off on a stretcher again. That's never nice to see in football. We all wish him a very speedy recovery. I think going into next week, a lot needs to be changed. Brighton will be up for it after being promoted to the Premier League, and we need to show what we're really made of and start as we mean to go on for next season. I just want to say thanks to Dan for letting me do the fan cams outside here today. I'm probably not as good as Dan and Matt, but I've given it a go. If you want to leave a like and comment on the thoughts of the game, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.